Now. No. Hey, this is how they get into animal. Where are you going?
Hey Daniel, it's Dani Girl.
Hello. Well, your hair's gone. Your nice shaggy 70s hair.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, it's gone. It's all gone.
It's gone.
Shiny. He's 15 now.
Oh my god. Oh wow. So has your voice dropped already?
Yes, it's hitting hard.
Oh. But you sound like you'll be a nice baritone, I guess. Or are you tenor?
No, I think I'm a baritone.
Baritone.
Or baritone, is that a thing?
Yeah, a high baritone.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright.
I'm just covering you guys.
Alright.
Well, take your side. Okay.
Take a what?
This is the first time you're doing this?
What do you mean?
This is your role? First time you're doing the role?
Yeah, unlike Luigi, I guess. Because he's he did the rerun.
Yeah.
He did the original run like 5
Right,
years.
but this is the first time you're playing.
Yeah, this is the first time.
So how do you get into character? How did you get into character?
How do I or how
Yeah,
did I?
how do you get into character?
Well, I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's like not hard to get into character, but then like Marty and I share a lot of things in common. Like I'm a bit of a nerd, so is Marty.
Okay.
But like I kind of get into character by just thinking about the whole experience. We did visit Child House at some point, and well, there were a lot of kids there. With
Oh, you did talk to
I
them.
went to Child House.
Let's move out here. It's so loud.
Yeah. But then like there was something about them that was really inspiring. The fact that it's as if they were aware that they had cancer and everything, but
They're hopeful.
What?
Parang they're hopeful pa rin.
Not just hopeful. Like they played.
They play.
Like there's still kids inside.
Yes.
They still have that sort of playful nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're keeping that in your character, just the
I
playfulness.
just kind of think of that, like
Yeah.
the hope, the joy that comes with it. Yeah.
Awesome. Break a leg.
All right.
Hey.
Indiana taxation artifacts, arcs and grails, and weird paving stones. Yes, the lost ark winner, and he's the last crusader. You do not mess with the Nintendo. He's a master of archaeology. Honestly, what's not to like about a man who's the spawn of camaraderie and who fights to survive? Cause the hero may not get all the praise, and the hero may be afraid of snakes, but it's wise pranks that a hero makes. And that's why I love the movie.
Shoot. Hello.
I'll make you beso. I have no eyebrows right now.
No, I'm gonna shoot you in the process of putting your bald cap.
Oh,
So that
gosh.
way, because I want to ask you guys how you get into character and how it feels for you to be back. Ayan, sige. Go ahead lang, don't mind me.
Okay.
So here's Becca,
Hi.
Dani Girl herself,
Hi there.
putting on makeup. So what happens normally? How do you transform
Oh my gosh.
to
I don't do anything. It's our amazing makeup artists who do all the work. I just sit here and me and Luigi listen to our playlist. So the first thing that happens is they have to put me in a high ponytail, then they cling wrap your hair. And
Cling
then
wrap?
they cling wrap the hair because I sweat a lot. So you gotta keep all the sweat up there.
But don't you need the pores to get air?
Get air through our face.
Oh my gosh.
They have
okay.
to work hard on these latex bald caps over here that you can see.
Yeah.
So it's just layers and layers of latex that they put on, and then they dry up, and then they attach them to our heads. We put on a whole lot of glue, and it takes a lot of time and patience on their part. Yeah.
Mainit? Is it hot?
Yes. However, they have made this amazing innovation where they glue on the bald cap, but they leave a little hole. They call it the tunnel of love, so the sweat can escape.
Oh, okay.
So it's like these bald caps have been just a work of love and labor for our amazing makeup artists, and they've worked out at long last.
So you're coming back to this role after 5 years.
Yeah.
What's new? It's always, di ba tough Our director, by the way.
Hi. Awkward. Hello.
Pero I mean, di ba tough every time you come back to a role experience? There's always so much more that a better understanding. So, what do you bring back? Having
Gosh.
being 5 years older.
It felt when I first came back, it was like starting all over again. Like when I first found out that I was gonna do it again, I felt like I'd gotten the part for the first time all over again, and it's so different. Because when I first did this, I was 15. Now I'm 21, and within those 5 years,
You were absolutely brilliant, by the way.
thank you.
Top mama ka-qualify na to sa gawa.
Oh my God! No.
Yes.
no.
So, by the way.
Don't make
She
me.
is a god.
Don't make me
By the
blush.
way.
From Agnes of God.
Stop! My eyebrows might come out.
Okay, so anyway, back to
I don't know because
what you bring back.
within those 5 years, I experienced grief for the first time in my life. Like I lost people in my life, and so it's such a big part of the story that I was able to incorporate. And I don't know, like coming back to it after 5 years, because I play a 9-year-old, so I thought it would be a lot harder to play a 9-year-old as a 21-year-old as opposed to a 15-year-old. But I think as we get older, our desire to become kids again becomes larger. So I found myself having so much more fun being 9 this time around.
Yeah.
It's like I wanted to go back. I was like, bring me back. I want to be 9 again. And Luigi agreed with me. For me, it was more fun, and it felt deeper. And so
But how
I
do you
was
keep it
thinking-
from being more mature? Like you're a 9-year-old, so how do you keep it without mimicking a 9-year-old?
How do I keep it from like
From
not
like a-
being too?
Yeah. How do you keep yourself? Yeah.
Such a good. I don't know. How
How do you keep that from happening?
How do you? Yeah, we had there.
I think she can answer that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's observing a lot of 9-year-olds because I when you observe 9-year-olds, 9 is such a weird age
Yeah.
because it's right on the verge of becoming an adolescent and then
Yeah.
right from being 7 or 6.
Yeah.
So if you meet a lot of 9-year-olds, they are not adults but they think they
Ayan,
are.
perfect. Kyla, dito ka na. Ito yung, how old are you?
I'm 12.
Isn't
So
she-
she's
oh my
still
God.
older than 9.
Kyle and I are separated by 2-1 and 1-2.
Okay.
And our birthdays are just 1 day apart.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild,
Not
right?
even 1 day apart. It's
You're December
16. You're
and I'm December
15.
15.
Okay.
Sis.
For those of you who don't know Kyle, she did Nala in Lion King by the way lang naman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was asking Ate Becca what it feels like to
Tita.
come back. Tita, no, you're too young to be dead. Hello.
No, not tita.
What if-
And here's their mother,
Yeah.
Sheila.
A beautiful, a
Kyle,
heartbreaking.
dito ka na rin, so isahan na lang na tanong.
Yes, that's a good question. It really is a good question.
Yeah.
How do you keep it from becoming like
An
like,
imitation
too
9-year-old?
cartoony,
Yeah, yeah,
caricature-y? To be perfectly honest, I have no idea. Me, I do my best and I hope and pray that it doesn't look like I'm trying too hard.
Oh.
But like I was telling you the audience, like a lot of observing 9-year-olds, right, Kyler? Like just trying to. What I did was I printed out pictures of myself as a 9-year-old
Oh,
and
that's
I
a
put
good
them in my
idea.
script. And I tried to remember like what was I like,
That's a
and I was
good
wearing a
idea.
shirt that said "Girl Power," so I was like, okay, I think I can just
That's
try
a
and
good
imitate
idea.
that.
Spice Girls.
Yeah, it was something like that. I had like a dance party in my house. It's so off topic, but
That's a good idea.
I don't
That's
know.
a good technique.
I was trying to find ways, but it was helpful having Kyle in the rehearsal room because Kyle is 12. She is not 9, and I've said this in
She
so
would-
many interviews that she is practically 40 years old, like maturity level. But like I tried to see like, oh, what is it like coming from a younger person?
Yeah.
It was helpful. Thanks, Kyle.
Yo.
This girl is ridiculously amazing.
I know, Kyle. How does it?
amazing.
God, we love
Have
you,
you, Kyle, did you
Kyle.
ever see this show before?
No, actually.
I
This
think
is
she
the
was
first
too
time.
young.
Too young.
Because you would have been.
Because we were PG.
You would have been.
Seven.
She would have been 7.
7.
And that it's a kind of a show to You would have been too young. Can you imagine that?
Kyle, have you ever even been sick? Like, have you ever had like chicken pox? Or...
Chicken pox.
So I mean, like, how do you play somebody who has cancer when you're so young? You've never been ill. How do you even
Oh.
imagine?
I actually can't imagine because it's hard.
Okay.
Like just having that sickness and just trying to do you call this be
Emulate, replicate this
mhm.
experience.
Yeah. Well, again, she probably that's why she has a very fresh point of view. She doesn't look at it like it's a terminal thing.
No, for
right?
sure, they did
Dani
a lot
Girl.
of research.
Oh, a
a lot
lot.
of research,
Yeah,
consultations
research.
with stakeholders who are sort of affected by this condition. And yeah, I mean, back to Becca's point earlier, of course, the foundation of it at the end of the day has to be truth. So they just
Yeah.
have to be really truthful about like their characters. But as adults, all of us adults working on a show about children, of course, you will have your own preconceived notions about what choices are most apt for certain lines or certain dialogue. But then you sort of have to challenge yourself to think outside of the box. And for us, like the auditions that we held in which actual 9-year-olds came and
Oh, yeah.
they made such interesting choices that don't necessarily.
So did you audition for this?
She did.
Oh my
And her audition was spectacular.
What song did you
All of us
sing?
crying.
Oh
What
my
did you
God.
sing?
I sang my hair.
Grab it.
Yeah,
Which is
I was
technically
crying.
their song.
It was wild. It was wild.
So how did you prepare for that? You studied you listened to the
I
song?
listened to the song and I was like, oh yes, I want to audition, and I'm very thankful.
Hey, congrats, Kyle.
The moment she opened her mouth, did you know it
You're a
was
little firecracker.
Did you know it was her the moment she opened her mouth?
Huh?
Did you know it was her after that audition?
Yeah, and just the way she made us all feel in the room, we were all in tears.
I was in tears.
Yeah, that was wild. I was like,
Oh, you were there?
I was
Bex?
reading lines with some of the auditionees. So when
I
Kyle
see.
came in, I was like, holy guacamole!
Really?
This girl, incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Toph said, we also we are partners with Child House. We went to visit Child House and met a lot of the kids there
Child House is a halfway home
for kids with cancer.
pediatric cancer patients who are in Manila to undergo chemo because there are not enough facilities like in the provinces. So
Yeah.
that's why when they're here and they have to stay for weeks or so, then they stay in Child House. So we
Right.
partnered with them again
Yes,
for this
and they were
run.
so helpful to us. And
So like what questions did you ask them?
you know, we didn't ask the kids a lot of questions. I think maybe the adults talk to the parents a lot. But I said this in another video somewhere that it's so amazing because we go there and we're so set on researching, like we're gonna take notes and discover things. But then when you get there, you realize that, I mean, these are kids with cancer, but
They're kids, yeah.
they're kids. At the bottom of it, they just wanted to play and that was a big eye opener for me and as to how to interpret the role. You know what I mean? Because it is a show about kids with cancer, but.
yeah.
At the end of the day, they are 9. They are kids, you know,
Yeah.
and it was like wow, that was a very good experience for us for research and just to meet them,
Yeah.
right? And the kids were amazing. They're so fun.
Do you still play? At 12 years old, I'm sure.
Sometimes. I mean,
Too busy being an actress.
no.
Just kidding.
Okay. Well, is this your first role after Nala?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have a future leading lady as
Oh,
well.
look at her. Sometimes she goes into Nala mode during Dani. Like there's
Oh,
parts where we
really?
have to like be in our imagination. Then she goes like this, and me and Luigi go, prowling. She's prowling. Nala's
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Imagine from a furry animal, now you are a
Exactly.
bald and
I wonder when you're gonna have like normal makeup,
I'm
right?
wondering too.
When you can just walk into the lobby.
When was
Right.
the last time I had that?
I don't know.
Matilda was pretty.
Oh yeah, but you got the big hair.
Well, that.
Honey, can I just borrow Kyle?
Sure.
But there's like a certain way of putting on a bald cap, but they've like found so many different. For example, there's a tunnel of love, and then there's the way that they do it now. It's so much smoother than it was 5 years ago, and it's innovative.
Yeah, I did a bald cap also when I played Aslan for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They had
You
to
did?
They had to put a bald cap so that then they could put the hair,
mane.
the mane.
Shucks.
So it was. I remember how hot it is, and I remember how wet it is inside that bald cap.
No, the worst part is taking it off.
Yeah, and then
Oh
it
my
just
God.
drips, right?
And the
I
latex
remember.
is so sticky.
I know. I remember that.
No
Oh
worries.
yeah, no, let's wait till you get a little bit further in your
That on.
makeup. Okay, ano ito? It's a feminine napkin.
The panty liner.
My
And you
gosh.
can bet that when they remove this after the show, it is soaking wet.
Well, this is good advertising for
Did they-
feminine napkin.
Well, the show has so much movement and sweat
Mhm.
to consider, and very little time to fix it. There we go. Ooh, that latex smell. it's weirdly therapeutic to listen to, though. The sound of the cutting and then the...
Really?
I don't know, I'm into it. I'm like, yeah, there we go again. So he looks like the mannequin. Especially when you draw the eyebrows on top during the heavens. Cool.
There it is.
We can go out now.
You just have to paste it na lang and then, di ba? Dikit
Yeah.
na lang nila.
And blend it all up.
Yeah, and blend it with makeup na, no? That's the process.
Although that's the part that takes long.
That's the part that
Yeah.
takes time. Good things take time.
Chaga. Becca's show is at 8 o'clock and she was here at 1:30 putting this thing on. Chaga. You must really love what you do.
Oh, so much. I love it so much, I even love the smell of latex.
For kalega, for later.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, ito na ang leading lady of everything going on right now. So, while she's promoting Passion, nandito siya sa Dani Girl.
Hi guys!
Ano, do you even confuse your characters?
No, I hope not. No, it's all different.
Yeah. So, let's talk muna about Dani Girl. You're back after 5 years. What new things do you bring into the role, Shields?
Well, I'm older now. So hopefully as we mature, we learn more and we become better. I'm revisiting an old role, so I'm more comfortable with the role. And of course we have new kids. That's extra hard.
It's extra hard.
Yes, because my daughter is 9 years old.
Okay.
And Felicity looks like she's 9. She's closer to a 9-year-old. So it's harder now.
Harder in terms of mas masakit.
Mas masakit.
Mas masakit.
Mas masakit.
Not harder as in harder to portray.
No. It's just
Mas
more painful because it's
painful.
closer to real life.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it's my first show today with Felicity. So good luck.
Oh gosh.
Oh God talaga. She's like a 9-year-old kid.
At least it'll be like super real tears.
Well, definitely. I really cry every show.
Okay, I always wanted to ask. I know I have my techniques.
Yes.
But when we have musical theater and you have to sing difficult songs, but the emotion leads you to a point when you need to break down or cry, how do you balance? What technique do you use?
Well,
Because hindi ka nang pwede mag-iyak dyan na and then mawala yung
it
boses.
really depends on the director. Like some directors, they want, like Tita Baby, she wants a clean song while crying.
Right.
Some naman they want, like for this one, Toph wants an ugly cry.
Oh?
So it's really,
So even if it affects the singing, okay lang?
they want to hear the emotion
Okay.
in the song.
So how do you find the balance?
You just have to breathe through it. You have to pause for a moment and find your silence in the song to just gather.
So what would you do when, for example, you can't control an emotion, it rises up? Like today, if you're gonna do it for the first time with Kyle, all of a sudden you're gonna like really, like how do you control it from your voice from breaking?
Support. Breathing and support.
Do you have to hold back the
You really
emotion a
have
bit?
No, I really have to like suck up my diaphragm to death so that the hic beat does not does not overpower the singing.
Yeah.
Although you have to like have some spurts here and there because that's the direction.
Yeah.
And it makes it more real.
Right, of course. Yun lang, it's just what is compromised, the singing or the
It really
truth?
depends on what the director wants me to do.
Got it.
I've
What do
had-
you prefer?
I'm fine with any.
Okay.
I just follow whatever. I've done songs that I can tear up, I have like buckets of tears and have a clean singing, or the other way around. Still, have the sound of the actual crying. And
Yeah, clearly kung opera to, you cannot compromise the singing, right?
yes.
So,
But like in rep and some other shows that I've done, like in my first show,
Yeah.
it's a more controlled singing.
yeah.
But the tears are still there, emotions are still
Right.
there.
Once upon a time, in the kingdom of blue skies, lived a princess, fair and beautiful, with magic in her eyes. She would dance with dandelions and whisper to the trees, and the king and queen would watch her as she sits there hearts at ease. Until one day she fell under a woods were black. She was afraid, but the sun still rose that day. And by dawn's first light, she discovered that she was never so alone. In an unfamiliar forest, she felt truly on her own. All the creatures of the forest had somehow disappeared, and in the shadows of her solitude, the princess truly feared. Okay.
That is what she'd have you believe. You know full well just what made him leave.
What are you talking about?
You know why, yes you do. Your father left because of you.
No.
You know it's true.
No.
Because of you. Now give in to the power of the dark side. Tapos, I'm gonna make you happen. And then
I didn't know you shaved your head. I thought that was a really good bald cap.
He's being.
He's being.
Give me the lightsaber. Unhand your cancer and prepare to fight a Jedi Knight.
Impressive, quite impressive, but you're not a Jedi yet.
You can't win cancer.
Let's
You
have
strike
a
me down, I
photo
shall
of the
become
one
more
I
powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Remember this one? Thanks.
Can I, do I have to keep it though? Can I just like...
Okay, pero kahit nasa down lang. Make sure you keep it.
X down. Ganito, yeah. No, like this. Make the, yeah.
Our set's different. We
Ah,
have a different set.
Impressive,
like-
most
this is it,
impressive,
nah?
but you're not a Jedi
Yeah,
yet.
there's a-
You can't
like
win
we have-
cancer.
let's
If you
see.
strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could
It was
possibly
more spacious last
imagine.
time.
Bring it!
Well, it brings everything closer to the audience. Well, and more intimate.
Oh, okay.
Ganito mo, like this, no?
Oh, right,
Let's
sorry.
kick first.